Ready or not, 2011 is here. Hi, this is Bob Williamson. This will be a pivotal year for the mortgage industry and for your career. What will you do with it? Will this be another year in which you keep doing the things you've always done, hoping and praying that this time it'll produce a different result? Will this be the year you finally give up and leave the mortgage industry? Or will this be your breakout year, the year you establish yourself as a real player in your market? I don't have to tell you it's a tough market. The following things have made home buyers skittish. Rates have started to move up and they're likely to go higher. The economy is stagnant. Unemployment remains stubbornly high. Home values are still depressed in most areas, and there's a sizable shadow inventory of foreclosures and homeowners waiting for prices to improve before they put their homes on the market. That shadow inventory will have to reach the market and be sold off before we return to anything like a normal real estate market. There were over 1 million new foreclosures last year, and only about 5 million homes sold all year across the nation. So without counting the shadow inventory, we've already added another 20% supply to inventory in a market where homes haven't been selling that quickly to begin with. But there's more. The mortgage industry was somewhat bailed out last year by the tail end of the homebuyer tax credit in the first quarter and a mini refi boom in the last 2 quarters, fueled by the lowest interest rates in recorded history. Without those two factors, 2010 would have been a record bad year. There will be no homebuyer's tax credit in 2011, not that that was such a great idea to begin with, and it's highly unlikely that we'll see another refi boom anytime soon. On top of that, loan officers across the country are starting to realize that the new Dodd-Frank Act will result in significant changes in loan originator compensation that will not only make it more difficult for you to earn a living, but will also remove some of the incentive for an LO to spend extra time analyzing a client's situation in order to structure their loan to match the client's unique circumstances. We'll be seeing a lot more plain vanilla loans as a result. And whether you work for a big bank or a correspondent lender, the paranoia you've seen in underwriting, delaying your loans and putting pressure on you to become more involved in babysitting pipelines and advocating for your clients' loans, that's likely to continue. A client of mine in a large state sent me a report indicating that only about 25% of the state's licensed loan officers, and about the same percentage of the state's mortgage companies, only 25% of them had applied for a license for 2011. The big banks are scared to death of being forced to buy back loans they sold to Fannie, Freddie, and HUD. So they're putting pressure on their correspondent lenders to tighten underwriting even further. So whether you work for a big bank or not, that's why you're having trouble getting approvals on loans that would have sailed through a few years ago. A lot of people have already left the mortgage industry, and many more are likely going to follow. When you think about your career and the year ahead, do you think like a pessimist, an optimist, or a realist? Pessimists see the glass half empty, optimists see it half full, and realists see the whole glass and its contents. All of the trends and market conditions I've just described can be seen through the eyes of a pessimist or an optimist or a realist. A pessimist will see the situation and despair. An optimist will see it and believe everything's going to work out just fine. Only the realist will be able to recognize the obstacles inherent in our situation and figure a way to either overcome those obstacles or turn them to his or her advantage. If you want to be a realist about the current state of the mortgage industry and your chances of being successful in it, you need to develop a strategy that takes into account all the realities of your marketplace and then follow through and implement that strategy. We are not in an environment where it's going to help you to delay or procrastinate. The loan originator who succeeds in 2011 will do the following things. First, recognize that large inventories and depressed values actually help people who want to buy a home. But also recognize that most of the buyers out there have been scared into sitting on the fence by media misinformation and their own concerns about the economy, housing values, and so forth. These people really do want to buy homes, but getting them off the fence is going to require a patient and persistent effort on your part to educate them about the realities of today's housing market. Smart loan originators will use a well-designed content marketing campaign to get buyers to identify themselves and to give you a chance to provide them with reasoned, accurate, objective information that convinces them that you understand them, you care about them and are on their side, and that you're the right person to help them get what they want. Second, recognize that real estate agents are an important key to your lead generation activities. You don't go fishing without bait, and real estate listings are an important part of the bait that the effective loan originator will use to attract potential homebuyers into their content marketing systems. Also, real estate agent databases, their leads and so forth, are the highly accurate maps that show you where the fish are. You need to become proficient at using both. And third, recognize that in this brave new world of loan origination, you're going to need to position yourself to do more volume. You will have to be much better organized and much more efficient if you're going to be able to work effectively with agents, generate leads, systematically move those leads to the point of being committed buyers, and make sure that your loans flow smoothly and efficiently through submission, underwriting, approval, and closing. If you do these things, while most of your competitors are still trying to do business the way they've always done it, by the time this year is over, you will be the one left standing, and you will have succeeded in picking up market share and positioning yourself to be one of the top originators in your marketplace. Once the real estate mortgage industries really do recover from this recession, which is not a question of whether, but when. The real question, though, is whether you will do what it takes. For more than 20 years, I've been helping loan originators stay ahead of the curve in this always changing industry. In the last 2 years, I've been developing and testing new tools, techniques, and systems to help LOs respond to the challenges that this economy and its market and this new regulatory environment have brought us. I can help you revitalize your marketing strategy and your business systems so that you're prepared to meet these challenges. Just use the contact form below this video to ask for more information. Or contact me through my website at www.coachbobwilliamson.com.